Hi, this is Kimberly from Are You Awakening? And I'm here to talk real briefly about time warping that's going on. So we've got some big giant energies bombarding us as we zip through the solar system, go into some serious cosmic radiation. And what that's doing is it's propelling us forward with respect to time. So our normal 3D time was like whatever your Apple Watch says, and you have a past and you have a present and you have a future, and you got to be somewhere at 3 p.m. and you look at your watch a whole bunch of times, and you watch time go by, and it seemed to be pretty linear as far as like 1 minute almost always felt like 1 minute. But now, not so much. So what's happening now is we are moving from that linear time frame to the corridor of time, which is sort of like if you're walking through one of those big corrugated metal pipes and there's all those ridges along the inside of it. That's basically what we're doing. So it's time that's standing still and we're the ones that are moving, which really can whack you out like in your 3D day. So what does that look like? Right now, let's see, you could notice that time speeds up, meaning like when you sit down for lunch and then it's time to get up and 2 hours has flown by and you're like, what the hell, where did that time go? Or it could slow down. So like maybe you lay your head down to take a nap and you have a dream that feels like you were gone for days, but then when you wake up and you look at the clock, it's just 10 minutes that has gone by. So that can happen too. And then you can go to the calendar where you look at it and you're like, God, it feels like just hours have gone by and it's like 3 weeks. And, you'll start to wonder, like, how many times did I get up and go to sleep and didn't really notice I was doing that? So that's kind of cool. Your routine stuff might get fuzzy, like, did I brush my teeth today, or was that yesterday, or I don't really remember. Very normal. Don't freak out. And then my favorite one is when past events, and I'm putting past in quotes, of course, past events start contradicting themselves. So you could do this, do a little test with yourself and think about the last time you were at like a holiday gathering with your family, and then try and remember all the details, like what you ate, what you drank, who was there, all of those things, and see how clear they are. I know for me, they're not. And I have memories that contradict each other, in like somebody was there in one memory and then they weren't there in another memory, but it was the same holiday. So that's pretty cool. That would be you kind of barreling along inside that time corridor where there was more than one of you who was living that holiday. So you lived a holiday where Uncle Jerry was there, and then you lived a holiday where he wasn't there, and it was really the same holiday, just different yous. So that's one example of what you might experience when you start going around inside that time corridor versus the past, present, future that your watch shows. So all these things are normal. They are going to be your new normal. So, I'm sorry, Apple Watch, but you could probably, I don't know, it still takes doesn't it take your temperature or something? I don't know, but I haven't worn a watch in a while because I work on my own time, and you'll see that you will too. And so one more thing I want to bring up about being on time, because we are still in a 3D world and we still do make commitments and appointments with people. And just because time's all wacky for you doesn't mean that you would want to not fulfill those commitments that you made. So the way to do that, even without your watch on, is to say that intention, I have to be somewhere at 3 p.m. So everything is going to just fall into place for me, and I'm going to be out the door at 2 p.m. and everything's going to be fine. And just leave it at that. Your body is going to tell you when it's time to get ready and when it's time to get in the car and start driving. Those things are going to take care of themselves without your watch. So that's a little bit of trust for you, something for you to think about and get used to in this new time frame aspect that we are being accustomed to. It's going to take a little while because not everybody is getting it yet. They'll just think that they're crazy or something's gone wrong or you're a jerk because you're late. If you want to read more about the time corridor, Neil Donald Walsh has a book called Home with God in a Life That Never Ends, and it's about death. It talks about time. I did work with him on a workbook for that, so it's kind of cool that I got to experience the time corridor, gosh, way back a decade ago. Kind of cool. So any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments or areyouawakening.com. And don't forget, always be you all the time. Love.